Sport is superstition, science, family, drama, love, theatre. It's everything. And that's why we've made a betting brand for sports fans. Download the Better app today. That's better. What are you really gambling
The action is coming thick and fast this week, so we want to take a long-range look at the big call. James, let's start with the Suns. They've put paid to the Clippers. That one is done and dusted. Now they face Denver. Can they emerge as a championship side?
Phoenix, look, can they? Yes. Will they? Also, yes. Look, this is going to be a great series. This is the first cab off the rank on Saturday. It's going to be an unreal game. I think we're going to learn a lot about this Denver team and how they stand up defensively against Phoenix, because when you look at that Suns team, you go, right, obviously, Devin Booker, Kevin Durant, they're your headliners. The craziest part to me is that Kevin Durant is top 13 NBA player of all time. And he's now the world's best decoy, essentially, for Devin Booker. It is absolute chaos. He's dropping 30 with barely breaking a sweat as KD. So for Denver, they've got Aaron Gordon. I love him. Defensively, he's going to have his hands full carrying, the weight basically against Durant. They do have Bruce Brown as well for that Nuggets team to throw at him too. But I do think just the top level that this Suns team can get to offensively is probably too good for this Denver team. Look, we also think about the way Denver played after the All-Star break. I think they were 15th in defense, 17th in offensive rating. The Suns were 10th in both. They've just been that little bit better, and they did that without a bunch of KD. So they've looked a little bit more impressive in taking care of the Clippers. The Nuggets weren't wholly impressive taking care of the Wolves. It wouldn't surprise me if this goes the distance this series, but I wouldn't also be surprised if the Suns pulled off a bit of an upset in Game 1.
Without taking too much away from what they've done so far, Phoenix, and they handled their business against the Clippers, they did what they needed to do. Is depth an issue? Outside of the top 4 or 5 players that we know and love, beyond that, do they have some problems?
Depth and shooting are the big things, right? Because you've got Landry Shamet out there. He's not being able to hit a shot. You've got Damian Lee. You've got Campaign. He came back in Game 5. He provides a big boost off that bench. They're going to need it, right? Because they don't have enough shooting on that team, I think, to really sort of hang throughout an entire 7-game series to really knock over a team really quickly. They have enough in Booker and KD to go that length, but it's going to come down to absolute clutch time, I think, when it comes to Booker and KD to get them over the line against a team like Denver.
As you rightly said, Game 1's pretty important in this series, isn't it?
Definitely. It's going to be massive, and I really do think the Suns can win it. I think you've got KD, you've got Booker. They're coming in fresh off this pretty handy Clippers defeat. They're playing really well. Denver just looks scrappy at times against the Wolves.
Did it surprise you at all that the Hawks have clawed their way back in the series against the Celtics?
Yes, it did. It really did. This was over. This series was cooked, Jack. It was all over. Pack her up, boys. You're done. And then Trae Young went, not on my watch.
No, sir.
DeJounte Murray gets suspended, and they go absolutely ham, and they get back in the series. They win in Boston. Absolute chaos times. I loved it. It was very fun. I can't see the Hawks winning this series, but it's been crazy. Look, what it tells me more about the Celtics is that they can lose focus.
Yes.
They got ahead of themselves really in that Game 5 and that Game 6. They're we're better than these guys. We're going to win. You still got to win the game. It's very, very simple, right? And you sort of see someone like Jason Tatum. He goes 1 of 10 from 3, 8 of 21 overall in Game 5. And you're like, dude, come on, we just need a little bit more out of you. And it just wasn't there. So I thought they'd win by a really big margin in Game 5. They're at home. They're going to crush them. And it didn't happen. I can't sort of help shake the feeling that this is a Celtics team that really misses their old coach, Ime Udoka. He just got hired in Houston. He had some problems in Boston before the season. But you just kind of need that hard dude who's not going to take any guff from anybody just to keep them all in line. And I don't know if Joey Muzz is that guy. The coaching is just letting me down a little bit. The Celtics would be fine, but I would have thought they would have been absolute unbackable title favourites if they'd smashed Game 5 against the Hawks. They didn't. I have a little bit of a worry in my head now about that.
Just quickly, 76ers, what do we make of their title chance?
This all hinges on Joel Embiid, doesn't it? If he's healthy, they're good. He's not. That's the problem. Look, they're going to go into this series against probably the Celtics, let's be honest. Boston swept them in 2020. There's too many wing sort of perimeter options for this Boston team, I think, for Philly to catch up to them and to really punish them. Tyrese Maxey, James Harden, Boston are just too well equipped, I think, to guard those dudes between Malcolm Brogdon, Marcus Smart, Derek White. I think Philly's title chances 100% just involve Joel Embiid coming back healthy, absolutely dominating a second round series. Otherwise, yeah, I'm a bit worried.
That was a big instalment of The Big Call. Thank you, James. Go and put those braids back in as well.
I will.
They'll look fantastic on you. Remember to subscribe below, and of course, you can follow us on socials as well. Enjoy all the action, and we'll see you next week.
You know it's a better betting app when you've got stats and insights for every major game and race. Plus expert opinions from the best minds in the game, all in the palm of your hand. That's better. You win some, you lose more.